Chelsea. She's a comedian, she's an author, she's host of an international talk show. I'm so glad she's out there because I love to listen to her. Chelsea Handler is over here.
Hi, Michael. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Hi.
Well, listen, I'm so glad you're out there talking. You've become such a valuable voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, it's so true. I mean, you were off the air for a while, and now it's good that you're back during the election.
Just in time.
Just in time. I know you've been having a lot of fun with it, and, you know, one thing we did on this show for a while was trying to show red flags about Donald Trump, and I love one of yours I did not think of, which is that he doesn't drink. And you say this is a red flag.
Are we all drinkers collectively?
Oh,
Do you
absolutely.
drink?
Yeah.
You drink? Okay, good. That's 1 point for you.
One.
Yeah, I find that's just, like, very suspect. I don't
It is
like when people
suspect.
don't like to broaden their horizons. I mean, you don't
Right.
have to abuse alcohol in the way that I do, but I would appreciate people experimenting with
Right.
drugs, hallucinogens, alcohol, loosen up a bit. Otherwise, there's a control factor that I don't trust, and that's what
Right.
creates a despot or somebody like a Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
You know,
I
and
think-
it's untrustworthy.
No, I couldn't agree more. I never trust people who can't get high.
I respect people who are sober because they had a problem and
Sure,
they got sober.
yes,
But if you've
exactly.
never tried it,
Right.
yeah, you're fucking tricky.
That's true. I agree with that. If you're a drunk, you get a pass. But you did that drug ayahuasca, which
that was
I'm
good.
dying to do. I mean, I watched that with great interest because I've done mushrooms, not recently, but I mean I always.
I'm actually on mushrooms right now. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
And it did sort of open up your eyes to your big takeaway, I think, was that you found something with your sister you hadn't before.
Yeah, I
and
definitely.
drugs can do that.
I think drugs are great with, like, broadening your mind. I mean, it's not great to abuse anything, obviously, but it's great to think in different ways and to get outside of yourself and look at your life like you're not you, like you're not coming from this place of self-interest and self kind of obsession, and just relax a little bit. So for me, it was a very positive experience, and I know for many other people, ayahuasca has helped them. You know, ayahuasca helps people quit drinking. I mean, it didn't help me do that, but I still had a great experience.
I'd like to drink on ayahuasca.
I did. It
Yeah.
was fine. It
No,
didn't
I mean,
affect you at all.
You know the group The Doors?
Yes, I've heard of them.
You know how they... Well, you're younger. You weren't around when they were around. I was.
Yeah, but I know the
lots
Doors.
of people don't. Does anyone here not know the Doors?
Exactly.
Anyway, believe me, some people don't know that. But anyway, they got their name from a book about drugs by Aldous Huxley, I think, some Huxley, called The Doors of Perception. That's what he termed drugs. They were doors to perception.
Well, he had a lot of perception.
Right, okay. And, well, let's not go into the fact that Jim Morrison died on drugs. But that
let's
takes
not
away,
bring it down.
that
Let's
takes
not
away
bring it
from
down.
my point. But, okay, so let's talk about the Trump kids. It was in the news today that none of them have made donations to the Trump campaign. Which I find amazing because you'd think of all the people they would, but then again, their father hasn't really either. And people, you know, I like the way you don't take the media bullshit about Ivanka, you know, being perfect, because I think I hear it even on the liberal stations. Well, he's got great kids, he can't be all bad.
That doesn't, first of all, those kids are wired into him for some I mean, listen, if I was a woman, after everything that's happened, and I don't hate Republicans, but he is such a terrible, you know, he's such a terrible figure in this time and now. You know, I could actually imagine one day voting for a Republican. That's how open-minded I consider myself. But this is such a, I know, I mean, I would never do it, but I just like to say, maybe. But
Have you ever had sex with a Republican?
I don't know. I don't get their names. But what I'm interested in is, I'm like, will you check this box? I think I saw her at the Fortune's Women's Conference last week. I was speaking at this Fortune's Women's Conference where I was interviewing Anita Hill, and I walked backstage, and the woman who runs the conference says, "Oh, this is Ivanka Trump," and I had to go shake, and I go, "I just can't. I can't with you." Like, she if she were to come forward, and I know this is a fantasy, but if she were to come forward now after everything her father has said and done about women, that's been recorded, that's been proven time and time again, which he consistently denies, if she were to do that, she would be an American hero.
Yes.
Like, people would
That's
go,
true,
holy
yeah.
shit.
She'd be my hero.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm sorry, I know it's my dad. My dad is he's sexually inappropriate and disgusting, and you better bet your ass if that he tried to run for office, I would fucking stop him.
Right.